Good morning, everybody. This is 3333 Lightworker bringing to you this week's tarot reading from April the 20th to the 26th, 2026. I just thought of that. That might have special meaning. Anyway, as you can tell, I have 12 cards out here. So please bear with me. I had to write some notes down just to keep me going here because that's a lot of cards. But I thought about doing half of them, but I thought, no, since all of them flew out, let's take them and see what happens this week. Now, our first card here is the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Now, that's just time for all of us to realize and use what we have to our advantage. It's time to muffle, of course, that overspending and wishful thinking, but manifest new opportunities to bring in more abundance. Learn a new skill, take a class, write a prosperity list, or at least 10 things you want to accomplish in the next 60 days, And, besides that, don't let world events around us, keep you negative or depressed, You can't control a lot of things in this world, but you can control how you deal with them and how you let them affect you so much. But don't do that. Things always change, and you just have to keep positive thoughts. Now, our next card here is the Nine of Cups. Okay, the universe is giving us a wonderful blessing. Well, that's good, since the first card was a little depressing, but the universe is giving you a wonderful blessing. So make sure you give thanks to the universe and make sure you are manifesting, and what you're manifesting is aligned with your destiny. Say, I am open to receive. Well, let me say that again for you. I am open to receiving, okay? So whatever is showing up is the thing that you most need this week. Our next card is the Ace of Wands. I love this card. Besides the artistic thing, it's perfect for using your third eye to manifest what you're looking for. New ideas. Write them down if you get them. Besides that, your guardian angels are giving you and guiding you to the most inspirational places, ideas, or people to help you in your quest to be a better human. We're all racing around, acting crazy, because life is just getting too intense and things are moving rapidly, and so many messages on your cell phone. I get a lot of them. I had to stop that messaging app, and stop them because it was just too overwhelming. You have to take care of yourself as well if you have children, pets, or a husband. You have to take things, those more important than world events right now, because they are the things that matter to you most. So when you help others, you are helping yourself. So at least one time this week, help somebody in need. You'll be amazed at how well you feel afterwards, for helping somebody else, because the angels and God are watching you, and they are waiting for you to give them an excuse to bless you with several, blessings instead of just one this week, okay? Now, the next one is the Nine of Pentacles. I'm getting ahead of myself. Nine of Pentacles. I love that. So the Nine of Pentacles is asking us to, choose and guide and lift with some new ideas, and make sure that other people know and that they can help you with it. So maybe if you're talking to a friend or a buddy and you've got this idea for a new business, they might have ideas to help, and share you, or they may want to go in business for you. So, but the thing is choose your friends wisely. Some people might get jealous at your ideas and your willingness to do whatever it takes to start a new business. So, like I said, just be careful. Share your ideas, of course, but just be careful. Okay, our next card is the Knight of Pentacles. You know, you're on the right path. You see, you see that crow in the top, and then you see the owl in the bottom. See how they're right across the person, the man in the middle. You know, that means you're protected. You know, the crow is warns you of, you know, something may negative may happen, and the owl is wisdom. So if you know wisdom and you're helping yourself be everything that you can be, um, just know that you know, stability is most important, you know, to you at this time. And, you know, be stern about who and what you let into your life, and always, always have your mind on the project at hand or the issue at hand, and take care of that before you start anything else. Now, this is the Knight of Cups. Look at that handsome man with the roses. That's, you know, that's man or woman, you know, that's like wearing your heart on your sleeve, you know. Um, you just want to, I have to say this gently, passion your passion at this time. You have to kind of cut it down a little bit, because passion this week, you might, you know, if you're feeling the new Aries moon, you know, you might be cray cray and over the top with you, expressing your love for somebody, or somebody you want to date or whatever, or an email text you might want to send. You might get a little too mushy, and you're not. This is not your usual self, but you have to temper that, okay? Or people are going to get be afraid of you and walk away. So just temper that, and make sure you're attracting the right people into your life, and you're choosing the right people, not these ones that will suck you dry with your money, and or cause, you know, those what do you want to, drama kings and queens. You don't want that. You don't need that in your life anymore. Our next card is the Hangman. Let me get that out of the glare of the window. Hangman. You know, that's just a pause. You're thinking, you know, going over your timeline that you want for yourself, and maybe this week may be a time to jump ahead and do at least one of the things on your to-do list for your new business or your new idea. But you also have to think about your pocketbook. You have bills to pay, and they're monthly bills, you know, they'll never go away. And, you know, you have some, maybe you need to put some more away in your savings account before you take that leap of faith on that business idea. But do what you can in the meantime. So if you can't afford a certain software program or whatever, you can write the details and line up everything that you need on the computer. Make sure your list is complete, and then investigate online how much each cost, how much, you know, the learning curve is, and who and what can help you, you know, things like that, until you do have the money. So it's just a pause. You want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row before you make that leap anyway. The next card here is the World. Okay, the World is a major arcana card. We love that. You know, cosmic forces and angelic worlds are happy and waiting for you to ask them to help you. Okay, so don't let this, you know, slide by. Ask them for help. Tell them your ideas. I always pray, so they know me. They know me like the back of their hands. But you know, just write out your list maybe, or speak out your you know, the things that you want to happen for your life. They are waiting and willing to help you, but you have to ask them, you know, and they want to make sure that you're asking for the right things, you know. So if sometime this week somebody says no to you, that just means something better is coming along. So don't worry about it, let it go. If you ask somebody out on a date and they say no, let it go. Somebody better is going to come along, so don't worry. Okay, you know, and if you only have $10 in your savings, don't worry. Next month you'll have 20. So you see how that goes. Don't worry, be happy, as I used to say. You know, what will be given to you, it will be in ultimately what will be given to you is 10 times better than the initial thought that you had. So don't worry about it. Okay, you know. And so the next card we have is the Six of Pentacles. tossing up those coins. See how it makes a little crazy eight there, and you're choosing which pentacle you want, and how it's going to help you in your life, and what you're hoping for and thinking for. So just it's the cosmic flow of prosperity. That eight that we just saw, it's the positive attitude you have. And if there's any blockages, just know that money and blessings are a continuous path. They're always coming, they're always leaving. So don't let it worry you. Like I said in the previous cards, if something doesn't work out, don't worry about it, because something better is coming. And I would say within the next couple weeks. But I know you want things today. I know, I do too. But just know, and I've learned this throughout my life, is, go with the flow is the best way, because the angels and consciousness, the world consciousness, have they have your best intentions in mind, and they're not going to let anything happen to you or anything like that. So don't worry. You're in a giving and a receiving mode. Okay. And if like I say, an exes, and I have to say this, exes are always trying to come back. You know why? Because you are becoming successful one step at a time, but you still are moving forward with your life, and they're still stuck in the past. You don't want that. You've already, healed from them. You've already healed from past exes, husbands, wives, boyfriend, girlfriends, whatever. You've already healed from them, and you're moving forward, and they can't stand it because they don't want you to succeed. So you need to leave them exactly where they are in the past, okay? It's only for your benefit, and don't blame me if you don't take that advice, but it's true. Now our next card is the Knight or King of Pentacles. I like this dude. Look how his gray hair. What a handsome dude. And the pentacles he's looking at. Look how big that thing is. That's a good size. That means plenty. This man has plenty to offer. He's a man that is in business. He knows what he wants. He's loyal. And look at the dog he has. Look at the dog at his side. A loyal dog. And with the large pentacles. He's been there, done that. He's already finished a lot of his journeys in life. It means that he's learned who and what he wants in his life. He admires honesty, loyalty, truth. Okay? He doesn't want drama. He doesn't want to play games. And that can be, and of course, just because the card says man, it doesn't mean that it's not a woman either. So man or woman, you've been there, done that. You've wised up, you've matured. You're not going to bring back any, like I say in the past, any drama queens. It doesn't matter what sex. You don't want that anymore. You want positive. You want to be happy. Probably if you love to travel, you want to meet and actually work with people who love to travel. And, it's those kind of things. You want to bring in people that will help you and have ideas. And then you help them because you've got the money. So you see how that works in a business opportunity. So help those that can help you. And it's like, you're helping, it's like I always say, I love to help people, which is why I do this channel anyway. I love to help people because when I give readings for other people for the week, actually it helps me. So I love it. I love it. And our next card to end the week with, look at that, 10 of Cups. I like that. 10 of Cups. Yay! The 10 of Cups, we're ready to understand the process of harmony, love, and family, and the future. So take time to write out your list of 10 things that you want to accomplish within the next 60 days, okay? Make sure your heart is in the right place. You are aligned with your head, your heart, and your third eye, And make sure you clean your chakras out and ground yourself this week, okay? Because remember that list I told you about? If you make that list and you look at it and even say it out loud for the next, I'd say at least 5 to 6 days, I think 2 to 3 of them will come true this week. This is a exuberant, exuberant week for all of us. So I hype. So I hope you like and enjoy this reading. And if you like, please subscribe and like. I would love it. And it would help me to know that there are some people out there reading and listening to my readings, and you like what you see. And if you'd like a you know a Lord Jesus, if you would like a personal reading from me, all the description and how to contact me is in the box below. So until next time, I want you all to be at peace, and don't worry, be happy. Okay, till next time, this is 3333 Lightworker.